Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the channel. This is Antagonist Gaming, back once again with Final Fantasy VII Remake, Chapter 13, A Broken World, Part 3. To recap, the first two parts, we found out about Aerith's lineage as the descendant of the ancient peoples who were able to communicate with the planet, which is why Shinra has been wanting her to, come back to work with them and, subject herself to their experimentation. We went back to rescue some people in Sector 7, and we discovered that where Wedge's house used to be, there was now a passageway into a laboratory under the city that Weimer had mentioned that the people thought might be there. Well, it was there. And we found Wedge, but the floor collapsed underneath us, and the team got separated. We took control of Barret, worked our way up the lab, rendezvoused with Tifa. Now we're about to go rescue Wedge. So we're basically back where we started. Wedge is in like a huge open, storage room. The floor's concrete. There's big metal storage containers. Wedge is pretty beat up, but he's not dead. He's just knocked out.
He's okay.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
We've also got
Making me worry like that.
So
I'd kick your ass if you didn't look like shit. Thank God.
Barrett's got a relieved look on his face. Tifa's thanking the cat for leading them down there.
Okay, let's go.
Sure.
So Barret lifts up Wedge.
It's you all right.
They're about to leave. Tifa's looking into the room. It's pretty
What
large.
is this?
There's a metal walkway that's up in the air. Not too far up, but And then all of a sudden we see like a garage door type thing starting to close on our team. And there's a bunch of crazy humanoid monster things. Their skin is like a slimy midnight black. You can see their veins and bones and stuff. They've got bright red shining marks all over their bodies. Their eyes have turned into this weird, like, reptilian thing, and their teeth have fangs. They're known as unknown entities, so we'll scan them. So, they've also got a big tentacle sticking out of their back. Experimental specimens kept in Shinra's underground research facility. They were human once, but cellular transplants designed to enhance their strength have turned them into monsters. Ice attacks rapidly fill their stagger gauge. They rarely get interrupted unless attacked from behind. They resist lightning. They're immune to poison. So I gave Barret an elemental materia, and what that does is that turns all of his attacks into ice element attacks, which is super helpful in this fight since all of the smaller enemies and the boss who's going to show up shortly are all weak to ice. So one full blast of Barret's one full blast of Barret's maximum fury can take out like 3 of them at a time. So now we got another wave of them. They're coming out of like a broken air duct in the side of the wall. These things are human shaped, but they are monsters through and through. They can no longer speak human language.
I got this. You're up.
So there's 2 of them up on this elevated platform. So I gotta use Barret to shoot them. But since he's got ice attacks, taking them out shouldn't be too difficult. Except take them out.
Good luck.
About damn time.
Keep fighting them.
Get real
So,
out of this shit.
the floor and walls are concrete. There's vents and stuff. There's lights all around us.
Okay.
And there's
cover
big
me.
stacks of rusted storage containers. So now we're gonna go. There's a staircase to get up on this platform they're shooting at us from. Tifa's gonna go up there. Aerith's giving her covering fire. And just as she's about to take out the monsters, we see a big hand emerge from the floor. It destroys a big chunk of the bridge. Tifa flies off, but Barret catches her and flips her back up like the sequence out of an action movie. And the boss is like one of these monsters, except it's like twice as tall as an ordinary human, and it has way more than one tentacle on its back. It's known as the failed experiment. So we're gonna... And it's throwing its friends, like, you know, as weapons. An experimental specimen kept in Shinra underground laboratory. It was human once, but cellular transplants from various large creatures have turned it into a terrifying creature. It leads a group of failed test subjects. Icy spells rapidly fill the stagger gauge, while melee attacks have only a slight effect on it. Long range and other elemental attacks have no effect. Crippling its tentacles will cause it to reveal its heart, and attacking it will rapidly fill the stagger gauge. So basically, you want to reveal the heart, and then you attack the heart with ice magic. And that will almost completely fill up its gauge. So we just crippled the heart, or the tentacle, so it falls to the ground. So we want to attack the heart here.
How about a nice cold can of whoop ass?
Boom, it does like 75% of the stagger gauge. So it's gonna get up, and that's gonna trigger a cutscene. Or maybe not. Maybe I have to do a certain amount of damage. So it's got 20,000 health. It's down to 16,000. So I'm gonna take control of Tifa here and blast it with some ice magic. Except that he knocked me back. So, but I gave Tifa a. There we go. And now it's gonna start cutscene. It throws a couple of its teammates at the platform Tifa's on, causing it to collapse. Tifa jumps down. Barret joins up with her. So Barrett's almost down and out, so I'm gonna have him use a potion, a mega potion. Now Tifa's been hit. So I gotta get behind this thing and attack the tentacles. That's what a lot of its attacks stem from that. So either ice magic or Barrett's maximum fury will do the job.
Hang in there. Gotcha. There.
This boss fight can be really annoying or really easy. Just depends on how the boss acts. When sometimes the boss is like super aggressive, like it's being right now, and that makes it a really difficult fight. When the boss is passive or you're able to get on top of it real easy, it's a much easier fight.
That sure looks like a weak point to me.
Freeze. Gotcha. Come on.
So we just staggered it. So I'm going to use Tifa's limit break on it.
Giving it my all.
And that just took out a quarter of its health. So you can get it into a vulnerable position. There we go. I crippled it again. We only really need to attack the big one, so...
Freeze! There! Come on! There!
There we go. And it falls down to one knee, starts flailing around. It's about to use an attack on us. Cloud comes to the rescue, slashes it, knocking it back.
About time, Merc.
You're up.
Late to the party and you giving me orders?
Barret uses his fire in the hole. Explodes. Monster disintegrates.
Hell yeah! So how'd you manage to track us down?
Followed the trail of bullet holes. There's nobody else I know who'd leave that kind of mess.
And when the monster fell into the wall, it caused a crack. So we're gonna shoot it. And we're gonna look through this hole. And it's a dark room, no power left. It's got lots of, you know, specimen tanks,
Oh, God.
glass tanks.
Were those...
People?
And there's dead, you know, rotting corpses in them. Cloud looks
Yeah.
in.
That's the Shinra I know.
And as he's looking at them, he's having a flashback of himself sitting in a similar looking tube, seeing flashbacks of the monsters that we just fought, as well as
Cloud?
you know, himself. And then all of a sudden, ghosts fly out and they whisk our party along with Wedge and his cat out of the lab entirely.
What the hell was that?
We need to get him somewhere safe. Everything else can wait until after.
Agreed. Let's go.
Cloud?
Good kitty.
Alright, so we're gonna... Barret is still our leader for the rest of this chapter. We're just walking out of the city, out of the ruins. So we're back up on the surface now. You know, we're walking by
I
the
want
ruins
you to
of
take
Sector
Wedge
7.
back from me. I'm gonna look around for the others. He made it, didn't he? They could still be alive.
I saw them both at the pillar. Jesse and Biggs. Saw how bad they were hurt. I'm sorry, but
Don't.
They've returned to the planet.
Barret.
They were supposed to return to us.
Sadly. doesn't have his sunglasses on right here, so you know that he's, you know, being contemplative.
But if we stop now, they'll never let us live it down. So, we carry that weight. I'm sorry.
14 in search of
I
hope.
truly am.
We're back at Aerith's house.
We had no other place to go, and
I would never leave a wounded man out on the street.
Marlene's upstairs with Wedge and Wedge's cat.
Elmira, I know what you said, but you have to let us go after Aerith.
Not this again.
We found an underground Shinra lab, where they've done human testing. This wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last. I know these people, and I know they're never gonna let Aerith go. She's the last living ancient on the planet. Think about what that means to Shinra's scientists. Especially to that son of a bitch, Hojo. We're all just numbers and meat to him.
Enough!
But...
Please, I need some time to think. You've all had a long day. Why don't you go upstairs and get some rest?
The Cloud wakes up in the night. Barret's sleeping. So this scene is the one that's variable based on how you interact with your team. You know, if you favor Tifa, you'll get a scene with her. If you favor Aerith, you'll get a scene with her. And if you favor neither, you'll get a scene with Barret. He notices that the door to the other bedroom, presumably where Tifa and Marlene are sleeping, is ajar. We go out into the garden, and there's like a hill in the middle of the garden. There's a pond and a hill in the middle of the garden. And Tifa's on the edge of the little hill overlooking the pond. You know, and then there's like walkways all around the pond, and the flowers basically grow everywhere else other than the hill. Well, the hill has a little bit of flowers, but... So...
Can't sleep?
No. You too?
I heard footsteps.
Sorry. Didn't mean to wake you.
I'm a light sleeper. It's a soldier thing.
That flower you gave me the other night, that was from Aerith, wasn't it? I knew there was something weird going on. You buying flowers? They symbolize reunion, believe it or not.
Talking about
I
the
was
yellow
curious,
flowers.
so I looked it up. I tried to keep it alive as long as I could. But now, it's dead and buried. Like the bar, our home, and everything else. They took everything from us. Again.
He's just crying on his shoulder. Cloud hugs her. Camera pans over the garden to show the pond. And then you can, then it's...
Cloud. Cloud, you're hurting me.
You can see Cloud's social
stupid.
awkwardness there.
I know that crying's a waste of time.
That's not true.
Thank you.
This scene's a really good encapsulation of, like, the inconsistencies in Cloud's character.
You've done more for us than we deserve. I won't forget this. If you ever need anything, all you gotta do is holler.
Happy to help out, however I can.
Elmira,
I've been thinking about what you said.
she's calling out to me. I can feel it.
We all can. So please. She's our friend. We have to help her.
I always knew it was coming. Knew that one day I'd have to say goodbye to my baby girl. But not yet. Please, bring her back to me.
Daddy!
Marlene.
Are you going?
Cloud and Tifa step outside. Barret gets them all.
I'm sorry, honey. I wish I didn't have to. I wish I could be with you all the time. I really do. But if I stay here, I can't fight out there. Some bad people are trying to hurt the planet. And Daddy and his friends are trying to stop those bad people. The slums, your friends, the whole planet. It's Daddy's job to protect it. And that's why I've got to go. You remember that nice girl who came to find you? Well, now we have to go find her. And when we bring her home, you need to say thank you, okay?
Okay.
Barret has
That
Marlene
girl.
on his shoulder.
She was kinda...
What?
nothing. You should help her.
We will.
You'll come back, right?
Of course, I promise.
Okay. You can go.
Barret.
Puts on his sunglasses.
She's tougher than me. All right, time to get some payback.
Don't forget why we're doing this.
I know. To rescue Aerith.
Barret's more interested in getting revenge on Shinra.
So, how are we supposed to get topside? With everything that's happened, the trains still aren't running.
Well, we could walk along the tracks.
The city's on high alert. All the roads
What?
and public transit have probably been locked down by now.
So what's the plan then? You know another way up?
No, but I think I know someone who might.
You mean Corneo?
So I just got the pedometer materia, which after you get 5,000 steps, it turns into a materia that increases the AP you gain, which will let you level up other materia faster. To go back to the date scene with Tifa, it shows the inconsistency in Cloud's story because, like, on the one hand, he's showing the maturity enough to tell Tifa it's okay to cry, it's okay to let your emotions out. But then when you compare it to when Barret gave Tifa a hug at the end of right after they survived the collapse of the plate, Barret was able to give you know, he didn't squeeze her to the point where she was in pain. So it kind of shows, like, that Cloud's, like, mature in some ways and unusually immature and unaware in others. And, you know, as we learn more about Cloud over the course of this trilogy, you know, we'll see why that is. But, you know, Cloud's a great example of someone who, like, means well and, you know, everything, but he's just got that social anxiety and awkwardness and stuff that, you know, I think a lot of people with disabilities, you know, sometimes suffer from that because they didn't have this, you know, they weren't as welcome, and so sometimes it was hard. You know, you only learn to socialize by socializing, and if nobody wants to
My fellow grounders,
be around you, that makes
listen
it
up,
really hard,
because boy, do I
unfortunately.
have some news for you.
Anytime soon, so might as well
You know.
And it's assured to not.
So this
So
is
after bombing
Kyrie.
reactors 1 and 5,
She's
what
a
do
sub.
the
She's a
eco-terrorists
side
do?
character from
They
the
go for the
expanded
trifecta and
universe.
take out Mako Reactor 7. Another attack by amateurs who don't care about collateral damage. The sky is falling and Avalanche is to blame. But wait! Did you know Wutai is the one funding their activities? For all their claims about fighting for the slums, they're nothing more than pawns of Wutai, puppets dancing to the tune of their foreign masters. And that's the truth. Topside news delivered straight to your ears. That'll be 5 gil. 5 gil, come on.
Damn, man. Knew we couldn't trust Wutai to leave us alone.
It's the reactors. They want them, we got them.
Does this mean there will be another war?
After what they've done, what choice do we have?
5 gil apiece, cough it up. The truth ain't free, you know.
We ain't no damn pawns of Wutai. I couldn't care less about the rest, but that shit?
No one will listen to us. There's no point in even trying. I'm sorry.
Hey, Tifa, listen. There's no room in this for regrets or what-ifs or any of that. All we can do is keep moving forward, keep following this path we chose. Wherever, so we can say we did all we could.
I know. But right now, instead of looking forward, you need to look around. Everyone here is terrified. So I'm asking you, don't.
The collapse of the plague means that many people in the slums are in desperate need of assistance. Once the party enters the Shinra building, they will no longer be able to help anyone in need. Therefore, try to help as many people as possible before entering Shinra HQ. So there's a mandatory part of this chapter where we go to find Corneo, and then there's all these quests. We can go through Wall Market, Sector 5, and also the underground lab under Sector 7. It's a lot of walking, and it's really not very well paced, so I'll film a separate video with some of the side content afterwards. I'll create a separate save and do all that. Just because if I did the whole thing, it would be like 6 videos, probably 6 or 7 videos. It's a lot, and a lot of it would just be me running from one place to the next, which, you know, wouldn't be really that interesting content, because you'd be spending most of it just listening to me analyze my thoughts on the game, which, you know, I do some of that, but I'm making this so people can experience the plot first and my commentary second. To describe Kyrie's appearance, she's got medium length black hair, very straight. She wears like a beret. She's got like a cut-off top that has buttons on it, so you can see her stomach. She's got like short shorts that have like a big belt buckle on them. She's got striped stockings and shoes, and she's got like little like gloves on her hands. She's a side character from the expanded universe, from the book The Kids Are All Right, I believe is the name of the book. Leslie, the guy who works for Don Corneo, who hates the Don, is from the same book. So that's the end of chapter 13. Thank you for watching. I had technical issues. This is actually my third time creating this video because, you know, OBS will crash sometimes, and it took me a good amount of time to get it to work. So we will be picking up with Chapter 13. I'm going to do a couple of the shorter quests that, you know, I find, you know, cool or good. But a couple of the side quests are really long and involve exploring the whole area. And, you know, those would take, like, more than a video on their own for some of them. We're getting close to the end. So after, just as it said with the Shinra building, after this chapter, we're going to head on up. And that will be the final stretch run of the story all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and we will be back with more Final Fantasy VII Remake soon.
I know we're short on time, but let's try to help out wherever we can.